All right, so we are going to take a look at how to change the color of an upgrade button when we can afford it, all right? And so for this one, we are going to be adding code to our upgrade button. So make sure in Scratch you have the correct sprite selected, all right? So let's go back to our instructions for a second and see where we have to begin. It says, first we need to create a new costume for the button. Click on the Costumes tab and then select Paint from the Choose a New Costume menu. All right, so I'm going to go over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the Costumes tab, which is all the way up here, all right? And I'm just going to move my recording tools here. We're going to come down here, and instead of clicking on this button, we're going to select Paint, okay? So now I have two costumes. I have my original one, and then I have this empty one that just looks invisible, all right? So I'm going to come back to my instructions and take a look at what I need to do next. So it says, select the original costume on the left, click the copy button, and then select costume 2 on the left and click on the paste button, okay? And then what we can do is in costume 2, we can change the color of it. So I'm going to show you how to do all this now. So I'm going to come to costume 1, and I'm going to select copy. Then I'm coming down to costume 2, and I am clicking paste. All right, there we go. So now what I want to do is I want to change the color of the text. So I'm going to click off onto the side, so I'm not selecting any part of the button. Then I'm just going to select the text here, and I'm going to choose a new color for it, all right? So just like that, I now have two costumes for my upgrade button, all right? So now let's see how we can use them and how we can change them based on whether or not we can afford the upgrade. So let's take a look back at our instructions here. It says now we need to return to the coding tab, okay? And when we do that, we need to make sure that when the game begins, the sprite should be displaying costume 1, all right? So when the green flag is clicked, switch to costume 1. So let's do that now. Remember, we are going back to our coding tab here. And inside our upgrade button sprite, we are going to say when the green flag is clicked, we want to switch to costume 1. All right, so we've got that part done. Let's go back and take a look at what's next. Now it says, then, inside a forever loop, we need to check whether or not we have enough cookies to afford the upgrade. If we do, then we'll switch to costume 2. Else, we'll switch to costume 1. And here's some code, an example, showing us how we can do this. All right, so let's take a look at Scratch. Remember, inside a forever loop, we are going to have an if-then-else statement, all right? And we are going to take a look and see if we have enough cookies to afford the upgrade, okay? So we need an operator, and we need to compare it. So something is going to be greater than something else. And under variables, we need to check whether cookies is greater than our extra mouse cost. And if it is, then we want to switch to costume 2. But if it's not, we're going to switch to costume 1, all right? So let's take a look and see if this works. Clicking on my green flag, click, 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 click. All the way up to 50. So let's see, almost there. Oh, that's weird. It's not working. Let me try one more. So here it's not working until I hit 51. Did you notice why? So the issue here is that I'm just seeing if cookies is greater than the extra mouse cost, which is 50. So 51 is the first number that is greater than 50. What I need this to be is extra mouse cost minus 1, okay? So I can actually just take this circle out of here, and I'm going to switch it for an operator here, and I'm going to choose the subtraction one. It's going to go right inside there, and it's going to be extra mouse cost here minus 1. Okay, so there we go. Now if we try again, this should be working correctly. So I'm going to click all the way up to 50 again, just to make sure. Click, 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 click. And yes, this time it is working.